Hello everyone, Alien's Fireteam Elite was just updated today with its Season 1 patch containing new content. We also had a developer interview and Q&A, so we'll be going over all of that today. If you do enjoy the video, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe. I have a 500 subscriber goal for the end of October, and I want to thank everyone who has subscribed so far. With that said, let's get into it. To start off, there is both free and paid content that was released today, however the paid content is cosmetic only, so don't worry about not being able to access any new content. Perhaps the biggest part of the Season 1 patch was the addition of a new class, the Phalanx. This class can use handguns and close quarter weapons, providing some interesting combinations. Its main ability is a shield that has no cooldown and lasts as long as you have it out. It's a risk versus reward system where while you do move slower, you are protected from attacks in the front. The class's other main ability causes every block you attack to increase your damage dealt up to 15%, so it provides incentive to always have the shield out. The last ability is a shock pulse that electrifies and disrupts foes, and with modifiers can be turned into either a concussive blast or a buff. I did test out the class a bit before making this video, and it can absolutely wreck synthetics. I'm not sure how viable the class will be with levels that just feature aliens, but I'm sure some creative players will figure out how to utilize the Phalanx in a group. I did have some issues where the shock pulse did not work properly, and I do hope that is fixed in a future patch. I tested out the shield a lot, and as long as you don't get hit from behind, it really does protect you from almost all damage, including xenomorph attacks. I was hoping you could leave it out while refilling ammo, but sadly it will not stay out while doing so. I tried out a couple of different gun combinations. Personally, I liked the hand cannon and the flamethrower combo. I also do think that the shotgun will work very well with this class. Alongside the new class, 4 new weapons were added in: the L33 Pike Sniper Rifle, L59 Heavy Minigun, Type 88 Heavy Assault Rifle, and N79 EVA Laser Handgun. They all cost a whopping 9,600 credits at the in-game store, so unfortunately I did not have enough credits to buy them all. Looking at their stats, the Type 88 Heavy Assault Rifle's fire rate and damage are in between the Kramer Assault Rifle and the Pulse Rifle. The L59 Heavy Minigun has a higher damage and slower fire rate than the Smart Gun. To compensate for the high damage, the L59 has a much lower ammo capacity and much lower accuracy rate. The L33 Pike is very slow but high damage sniper rifle, and while there isn't any other laser handguns to compare the N79 to, it is very close statistically speaking to the Kramer 50 Magnum. However, they will obviously fire very differently, so it's kind of hard to compare them. For free cosmetics, there are 2 new gun colorways, the Fleck Camo Autumn and Marble Gray, 2 new gun decals, Nuke from Orbit and Nostromo, and finally 1 new head accessory, the Straw Cowboy Hat. Owners of the Deluxe Edition will also receive the Wayu Armory Dlc, however you can also purchase this individually for $9.99 USD. I do not own this DLC, so I can't show off how everything looks, however I will list what's included. You get 12 kit skins, 4 weapon decals, 4 head accessories, 4 weapon colorways, 4 emotes, 3 challenge card packs, 3 consumable packs, 12,000 requisition credits, and 750 reputation script. I'm not going to say if it's worth $10 or not, that will be up to you to decide. Personally, I don't put much stock into the cosmetic stuff, but the 12,000 requisition credits would have been really nice to be able to buy at least 1 weapon. Outside of the new additions, there's a long list of bug fixes, so I'll show those on screen because I doubt you want to listen to me list them all off. One thing that I was excited for is that they did seem to fix the bug for not being awarded elite skins when leveling a class to level 8, as when I logged in I received all of mine finally. The one really curious bug fix was for the weapon ranks not working properly. Apparently all weapon level up perks were being applied even if you had not leveled up a weapon. It seems like they were unable to fix this bug and were worried about resetting everyone's progress, so they chose to automatically level up everyone's weapon to max rank, as long as you created an account before this patch came out. They will also be lowering the XP requirements for each weapon, and it will now take as long to hit 4-star rank as it previously took to hit 3-star rank. Now while this is great for existing owners, it does create a problem for anyone who goes for achievements or trophies. I personally was going for the Platinum Trophy, and it now seems like I'll be unable to obtain it since there's a trophy to level up 30 weapons to max rank. The trophy was not awarded when the guns ranked up, so unless they choose to fix this in the patch, I don't see how I can still go for the Platinum Trophy as I own basically all of the weapons already. I reached out to Cold Iron Studios to see if they were working on this issue, but I have not received a response. Outside of this update, we had a developer Discord Q&A on August 27th, alongside a developer interview on the Xbox podcast. I went through the podcast, however, there was really no new information. It was mostly just free advertising for the game. The only little tidbit was that the developer did mention they are adding in a new game mode down the road, but did not elaborate on the subject. The Discord Q&A was also quite light on information, but there are at least a few noteworthy pieces of information. A lot of the answers either dodged the question or just did not answer the question entirely, which is something I found to be unprofessional. For starters, there will be no movie tie-in content, and all new content will be based off the new stories created for the game. There's no plans to add in voice chat for PC players, no plans to allow us to customize alpha and beta, no plans to add in PvP modes, no plans to help out players who did not receive pre-order codes from retailers, no plans to update the dot class, no plans to add in 8 bosses, no plans to allow us to customize the sidearm, no plans to add in first-person mode, and no plans to balance harder difficulties. They did mention they saw the feedback over basic matchmaking features missing from the game. It's apparently on their radar, but those basic features are not on their current roadmap, so if there's any fixes to the matchmaking, it will probably come out after Season 4, if at all. They also said they would like to add in haptic feedback for DualSense controllers, but do not have a timeline for its addition. Outside of that, they just gave such vague and, at times, outright disrespectful answers to their community, it's hard to know what they were thinking. I'll post a link to an archive of the Q&A down below, but suffice to say the majority of the comments are extremely concerned about the future of the game. They are probably contractually obligated to release 4 seasons of content, and anything not planned for those content updates will most likely come after Season 4 releases, if ever. The matchmaking is the largest issue with the game, and I've already seen the player base plummet from the game's launch. I didn't see anything mentioned about adding in crossplay either, something extremely important for the long-term health of the game. Developers came off as extremely tone-deaf, and I still can't believe some of the answers they gave to people who bought their game, enjoyed it, and want to see it succeed. But anyways, that's all the new info for Aliens Fireteam Elite over the past week. I do hope they can turn things around eventually, although I think more work should have been put in the game before its launch. In other news, we have the big PlayStation event coming up tomorrow, and I'm pretty excited as I do think we'll get some big announcements from it, and I will absolutely be covering it, so look out for another video tomorrow. Anyways, thanks so much for watching, see you all in the next video.